Okay, I'm allegedly live. Good times. So, gonna leave you on this idling screen just for a minute while I'm finishing up the last quick bit of setting up my printer, because it is printing day, my dudes. Nothing particularly exciting that I'm printing, but it's a print that's going to take most of the day, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to make it. I'm just going to start early, I guess. So this is a project for the Shop for Otaku server. There is a building competition, not really competition, more just like a give us ideas, because it's a silly thing they've got to do. So the wall around spawn needs to be flat, but also intersect some mountains. I'm going to check my audio is on. Let's check the audio is on. It is on. Good. Right. Let's do this on medium quality, because the last one came out pretty good on medium quality, not gonna lie. 8 hours, 52 minutes. Ooh, lad. Everything looks clean though, so yeah. Let's get the memory stick. How many? So far, I basically had a look around and went, right, 50-meter high walls. There is basically nothing in, medieval technology that looks at anything good in 50-meter high walls. So, I've concluded that the best solution to this is Warhammer 40k. So annoyingly, the overlay box is just in front of it. So if you can give me just a minute, and that's done. Right. I've just realised the printer is not plugged in, so I'm going to have to take off my headset briefly to go and do that. So I hope it doesn't make a horrible amount of feedback, and I should probably have not started the stream yet, but I thought it'll only take me a minute. Sorry. You can probably still hear me. Russell. Where's my extension lead? It is underneath this bag of recycling. Excellent. Right. And there was Lith. Now, let's play the game of how much stuff has fallen into the printer since I last used it. Because gravity, dust, flies, all those annoying things. Right, I've got plenty of plastic, question mark. Print. 40-ton hopper. So, currently today, not got any urgent work to do. So, I'm having a bit of a rest. So I'm playing video games, and this should have been the opening to the stream 3.5 minutes ago. This is the foundation so far. But this is 10, 11 blocks high. It needs to be 50. So in theory, I could just go into the ground here, but I wanted to have it with its own floor. So you've got a little pillbox window. This is a creative world, yes. And we've got bigger windows and little arrow slits. Fair, those should probably be lower down so you could see out of them. Actually, no, you know what? There you go. In fact, I will just continue this path all the way along the inside. Yeah, I'm doing that thing where I have my build palette out the front, because that's what I've seen people do, and it works, rather than having to, you know, just scroll through everything every time. Now, I'm probably going to put doors on these areas. Well, I might widen them out, I'm not too sure yet, because I could do that. It probably looks better, actually. Probably do the same with this. Yeah. So my next job is the next 30 blocks high is some, I'm thinking, enormous windows. Because, yeah, it's a wall, but... And well, I guess window. It's not going to have glass in it. Because it's still a wall. Actually, yeah, that should do it. Then over here, do the same thing. Should have already cleared my inventory out before doing this, but never mind. I'm going to probably change the back of this, but... You okay, printer? You're making weird noises again. So that's the window frame. I want to have this with multiple layers deep. Now, one thing I could do is, again, because I'm loosely basing this off Warhammer 40k stuff I've built myself, is I could double stack these bastions. But I thought I'd give a, you know, a low ground wall walk. But I don't know if that's too low. I could go higher. As I say, I am any input you want to give, chat, I will take it into consideration because this project is obnoxiously big. Might change the colour palette on this as well at some point, which will be fun. So that's the centre. I'll see how this looks. I don't know if that looks kind of dull. I think what I should do is... Oops. Actually, yeah. Let's move these down a bit so the window is balanced. That looks weird. Just drifting around gently in creative is always kind of odd to me still. Now, because I like to have depth to these, because I'm exciting like that. I think that's what I clicked, never mind, right. So in keeping with the Warhammer 40k aesthetic, I'm going a lot of the cast concrete. If this idea is chosen, I pity whoever has to realise it into something. So... I'm thinking concrete. Yep. Yep. Oh, I could replace that with decorative blocks. Boom. That looks pretty decent, actually. Now, ideally, I can make this 3 blocks thick and have it projecting both sides. I'm really tempted to do some of it with glass, but because that's the thing. If you have, say, you live in the town that this wall's built on, you're going to have no light until almost midday. So I think I'm going to put glass down the middle of each one, and in some of these ones. You know, it's just little windows. Well, I think with these, actually, I'm going to stick with the... do I use more shroom lights? I think I'll use more shroom lights. Ooh, that's got a weird 3D effect on it. And I missed the orange off this one. Decorative. Where's glass? I think they're in construction. Yep. The thing is, I want this wall to look good at night and during the day. Now, the main window. As I say, I reckon some glass will be useful in this. I guess I'm just going to stick with the... colour palette. I can always change it later. It wouldn't be fun to change it later, but it would be easier than not doing anything at all. It looks like a very screaming face. That's maybe a good thing, maybe. Now, because I'm going to flavour this for the once great village of Varangia, I'm just going to... just going to do red and black checks. Well, this is probably the bit I'm likely to change the most, but... Okay, so there's light getting through, though, and that was my main contention. Is if light cannot get through, it will look really weird. Now I'm going to need these blocks. In fact, it's these blocks. And I'm going to need those blocks. Oh no, that buttressing looks exceedingly small. Yeah, I think the buttressing should come up to here. And probably be thicker. Let's check on the printer at intervals, I'm afraid, but I'm sure you are used to this now. Actually, I know a way to make this slightly more flavourful. Except it's a block I don't have yet. Decorative blocks. Polished wall. There we go. That actually looks kind of nicer than the original one. And then at 5 block intervals, that seems to be the sensible option. And I could do those with little arches in them. It's like that. So that's not quite to one panel yet, because I've got 15 blocks at the top to go. But I'm going to need another copy of this to do that, so going to grab that shroomlight block, come all the way down here, and yeah. But no, if anyone is watching and have creative input they wish to add, tell me, and I will at the very least consider what you have asked or suggested. Part of me is thinking I should change the window frames to a lighter block, but I feel like the dark and light concrete goes relatively well. I should probably check my drafts in a bit, so my printer doesn't mess up. Now the fun thing is, when it comes time to make, I'm thinking, this wall is so big, it doesn't need towers, but it will need a gate, and I'm tempted to do some enormous monstrosity with like a little gate in it or something, just, you know, for like the haha funny type approach, because me, an intellectual. So let's get the orange block. Yeah, I say, if anyone has better colour palette ideas, please let me know, because I'm terrible at this part of it. I'm just like, yeah, that'll do. I need to take that map out of my other hand. I just keep poking it. Okay. I have an elytra on, but I'm not really good at using it. Yeah, that's a significant draft. I'm going to have to go and deal with that draft. I'll be back in just a minute. If that. In fact, I'm probably just sounding like I'm a little bit further away. Draft excluder in place. First layer has gone down 5. Yep. Alright, good. A bit of a draft is okay, but too much is bad for the print, as it cools too quickly on one side and you get weird heat cooling coefficient marks. And marks are generally not conducive in the long run. So there's 2 panels, which I now need to sort out from the front because that has no depth to it. And that looks terrible. Excellent. So I gather the server that this potentially could go into will be ready in soon. Allegedly it was yesterday. Although it's been, you know, weeks. You know, there's been delays with shipping of parts and what have you. Nothing, you know. Just inconveniences rather than anything like malicious, but hey, it's still, you know, still inconvenient. So, there is some light that can get through this wall. Can I join? This is single player, I'm afraid. This is my original one that I made, because I was like, alright, nice big wall, it's 10 blocks high. It's gotta be 50. Oh. Hello, Vwek. So, now if I was being the big-brained Warhammer nerd that I normally would be, I would try and build some kind of like tarantula mounts on the top of these, but not right yet. So I'm going to have to make more wall sections just to do that, and world edit would probably be quite useful here. But so the next thing I need to do though is now, if I want to have any, like, big detaily bits on the top, it's got to be something that can be contained to an even number. And I was thinking it would be quite cool to build, like, a giant eagle. Somewhat, you know, like the Warhammer ones. The Imperial Eagle is basically a thing from everywhere. You know, ancient Rome, America, Albania. I don't think that we have the eagle on any of the UK stuff, but I could be wrong. I'm not too well up on the area, so going to do the same thing again, where I'm going to have a background. Layer, and then have the eagle or whatever I do. I want to have something Minecraft themed because it's Minecraft, but I don't have anything too obnoxious because it's going to be repeated multiple times, and I'm afraid not. It's a single-player world, as it is for a multiplayer server that is hopefully going to be opened again soon. Right, also, I'm just going to put some torches up down here. And yeah, I could probably use lanterns and stuff, and I might probably will at some point, but for now, torches. So that's quite imposing, but I feel like the lower level could be taller. If I made the lower level one layer taller, I could lose... well, if I had another layer of those, I can move everything up, and then I've got a 2x... Thing is, a 2x2 is probably more manageable. Let's see how it looks. Because having to move everything would be a pain, but it's creative, you know, that's what it's for. Using black blocks at night in the rain. Fun times. Probably should have done this on my other channel. Never mind. Being not very good at using that one. So let's see what I can build in this space. So for a start, I need a bottom perimeter. Now the classic eagle of big is a white or gilded eagle. Not like a golden eagle or that, where they're mostly like grey and black, but the aesthetic eagle, not the, you know, realistic eagle. So let's use a layer of stone. I know this is going to be too light, but slightly too fast. Yeah, when it comes to the gates, I'm basically just picking stuff that I like. So I'm thinking when it comes to the gates, Minas Morgul sounds pleasant. And like I said, I'm gonna maybe try and do these walls double-sided. So, drop all the way down here. I'm gonna need shroom lights. I'm gonna need mushroom stem. Gonna need where's the wire blocks? Get some wool. Smooth quartz. In fact, smooth quartz is probably the best bet just overall. Snow and concrete. As the intention would be that it will have some degree of variety in it. I'm not going to use that, actually. Because all the different whites are very slightly different and white. That should work. It just kind of looks like a goose. Oh dear. Right. So. It looks like a goose! Oh no! Redstone components. Ooh, polished blackstone. Didn't know that was a thing. Now, would that look better if it was much bigger? Probably. So, I know what that means. I just remembered, one of those should be blind if it's a proper Aquila. As it should not be able to see backwards, I think. Let me just check. Otherwise it'll bother me. It's the Aquila. It only looks backwards. Okay. That looks weird. Right, I'm actually gonna put it back to how it was. Get a screenshot of it. Its neck is way too skinny. I think that's the obvious contention there. And at that point the wool needs to come up higher. Which also then means that those bits come out further. Maybe another layer of quartz there. It looks so dumb. Oh no. It's not meant to touch the perimeter fence though. Oh, it looks terrible. That looks worse. Okay, either way, I'm just gonna walk away now. Hope I'm not going to lose internet, as sounds like I can hear alarms going off, and that implies power failure potentially. See, now I would do that for the whole, like, make it cornate, but that feels like a thing that could be done as flavour rather than as the original structure. However, making it in the style of the Iron Warriors would be because who knows more of Siegecraft than the Iron Warriors? Other than, of course, the Imperial Fists. So yeah, I'm just wondering if giant, colossal-sized eagles are the way to go. You know? Because I want to have something. Because I was saying, the wall is so gratuitously big that it needs something. But you know, do I just make more windows? Do I make the base of it taller? Because I was saying, this isn't the full height yet. Once I've got the minimum requirement of 50 blocks, then I'm going to make it taller with, like, battlements on the top. This wall is going to be silly. But that was the requirements, so, you know, well, proportionally silly, not aesthetically silly, I would hope. Although I could probably just make massive emojis in the walls. Right then. So I've now got triple the canvas size. Oh, you know, I could do actually. If it wasn't for that, it would be horrific for the game engine. Actually, no, I can do it in glass, can't I? Just make a force field out of glass down the front. I'm not going to look at the chat for a minute, just because I need to have another window open for reference images. Because I want to make sure I'm getting this mostly correct. Mostly. Bloop. So... What am I holding? White concrete, okay. That looks like it's approaching the right place, and I've got space for each of the eagles' heads. So... and... now it's hooves. Okay. Get the chat window open again for a little bit. I mean, it's still open, it's more just the I can't see. Free. What was that? Birds have trunks, right? I think it needs more of a shoulder. Just doesn't look right. It just looks like a fat chicken. Let's just make it symmetrical at least, and then I'll see how bad it looks. Symmetry may help. And it looks so dumb. Right. That bit. Sorry I'm not saying much. I am attempting to make this look half decent, and apparently that requires more concentration than anticipated. No, I think the right side looked better. Let's go grab some yellow. See how terrible it looks with yellow claws and beak. It looks like a goose. Why did it have to look like a goose? There we go. Maybe I just don't have enough space for it here. It's not meant to look like a goose, though. So no, let's just swoop in here. That looks even worse. I'm going to take off of that side of the head. No. It is a shameful display. I know. It kind of looks terrible to me, but let's stand on the ground at, you know, the place where people are going to approach this from, potentially. I mean, it's a bird. Kind of doesn't go with the underneath now. So I think I'm going to drop the Aquila, because I don't have enough, you know, size to work in. At least not for that kind of Aquila. Which annoyingly means all of this has got to come off. And I'm thinking I'm just going to move these up. Do I want to move them up, though? What could I put on top? Ah, I have a plan, actually. So, yeah. My sound seems really low. I wonder if I've knocked my the volume wheel. So I want to keep the wall behind, so I gotta be careful, but he says. Braining. Yeah, I think the walls for Varangia are probably going to look like the one over there. Just because they're big on their own. Like, that's massive compared to what I normally build. Because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, a wall is there to keep pillagers out, and that's it. Like, it's a in-game mechanic only wall. It's not, you know, it's no wall will keep a player out, because the player will either go through it or over it. You know, it's Minecraft, unless I build out of obsidian, in which case the player will just go over it. But I'm not meant to be trying to keep players out, I'm meant to keeping villagers in and, you know, monsters and stuff out. So this is gargantuan to my taste. Like, you could build a city inside this wall. Like, this is, I'm going for Hive City aesthetics, you know. Like, in theory, there should be no gaps in it, but the problem is, if I have it with no gaps in it, it is going to be such a dark space behind it. Now, annoyingly, I should have built this at 90 degrees. Because the sun rises that way and goes over the top. Yeah, so what do I want to do here? Let's block out one section. See, because that would work on the lower level, and then I have the fancy window on the higher level. I love a lit windows, but it's more that I'd like to have natural light come through. Because I'm exciting like that. I don't know, it looks kind of skinny.
Afternoon, Skog.
Hello. I'm trying to draw with Warhammer 40k, like, fortress walls. It's tiresome.
There's one very specific artwork that just popped right into my head. I think it might be one of the Horus Heresy ones. It's just like one of the legions outside a city wall. Yeah, that's about to like collapse or whatever.
Yeah, because I've got a bunch of nice references. It's just the wall that the wall for Short for Otaku's server is so colossal that even my big ideas are too small. So I'm kind of thinking of just mixing up the parts I've currently got. So I want to have. I've put the base of it as a bastion, like the terrain ones you could get.
Yeet.
But I'm thinking I'm gonna make that taller. Quite a bit taller, because I need something, and I currently have basically nothing to work with because it's such a big project.
Yeet.
So I'm just I'll keep the first section I've got because it's the right height, and I'm just gonna make a copy next to it, and extend it
Nice. Well, Halo 3 is now out on Steam, so I think my day is just going to be consist of playing through the Halo games.
Sounds fun.
Because I still have not played through the anniversary of the Halo 2 Anniversary Edition with the updated graphics, and I've seen very few actual spoilers of what the graphics have changed to, and
Okay.
I am the biggest Halo mark. I love Halo. It's a well put together game series
Understandable.
until like Halo Reach was like I didn't like Halo Reach as much as Halo 3, but yeah, it's pretty good. I'll enjoy going back through that. You know, just playing
Understandable.
on the fun difficulties, just to like, hey yo, I remember that. Oh yeah, and also my 1080p webcam arrived, so
Nice.
that'll be it. And also a nice little thing I didn't recognize about this when I ordered it. It has a mount for the top of a tripod, and I have a tripod,
Oh, cool.
so that's pretty fucking epic.
Yep. Sounds good. So your sewing streams are going to get more
Yeah,
high
you'll actually
definition.
be able to hopefully see the strings,
Yeah,
and
cool.
also, yeah, I'd imagine there might be a way to archive those. I don't know. It's only a matter of time till I'm banned off Twitch anyway.
Hmm. Would you like to share with the rest of
Just
us?
watching that fucking video that Moose posted of the guy who robs a girl's like purse, and then uh, he runs directly into another guy. The other guy takes the purse off him, and the girl takes out her phone to like call the cops or whatever. And then he walks over to the girl and just grabs her phone, and the other guy runs away.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Right then. So if anyone's played Warhammer 40k and has used any of the Bastion terrain pieces, you'll know that they stack quite pleasantly. Because I made a fortress wall out of them, which is kind of what I'm trying to emulate here. Now the question is, I could just make the wall all like this, but I still feel like having something on the top edge would look nice. So... Excuse me. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go another story high. Why not?
Hmm.
Oops.
memes went in a weird direction. We got the rats. We got everything's cake. Are you winning, son? That one. That one spaceman being like, "The fuck is this?"
It was this all along. Always
Yeah,
has
it's
been.
this all along. Well, I'm a dab out. I'll be
Understandable.
back on. Ye.
So that was Dom. Doop-a-doo. Yeah, I should have built this at 90 degrees. Oh well. Use the smooth. There, if I put this on the outside, then I've got more space inside. Now that is a bit more imposing. So let's put some windows in. Let's go and put the back in. It's really dark in here. And I lost my torch. Right. Now I could spice this up with a different material. Go it. Now, if it wasn't that there's some game sound, I would probably just mute most of this and put something on in the background, because it's really quiet apart from the printer noises. And so far the printer noises are not the bad noises, so... Now one thing I'm kind of tempted to do, but it's... I don't know how well it would go, is... What's it called? I'm thinking if I made a force field type look for the outside and just coat it in glass. I mean, I could, but the thing is, if I'm going to have this monstrous a wall, it has to be fortified in some fashion. And I could, you know, just leave it as it is, but... that one. Jump down. Doo-ba-doo. Is that all of them? Yeah. So let's have a look around the front. That, I think, is going to work much better. The fact that it has to be so ridiculously tall is still a problem, but I can work with that. So, black and red. Black on the outside. It's going to get inconvenient. So this needs to go up 15 blocks. So that's floor 1 and hey, I'm going to go down from the top, that'll be easier, right. It's been ages putting that wall in as well. Right, corner block, orange block, those blocks, orange block, corner block. Wasn't far off. Right, chat, do I use a different colour palette for the stripiness? Because they're both quite dark colours. Right. Kind of want to keep the sunburst pattern separate. So... ooh, you know what I do like? Cyan. Licorice Tower. Irish doggos outside. Oh, I can make it more sunbursty actually. That's not terrible. It's a case of... I keep getting bits of songs stuck in my head this morning, and I'm sure you don't want to hear me mumbling away too much. Morning, Ash. I may need advice on colour palettes, like, you're doing it wrong, do it again. But maybe a bit more constructive than that. Oh yeah, I found this really simple solution to the my software taking ages to do any edits. Until it's time to finish it, I don't include the bit that always takes ages. It's a plan I've got. I don't know if these parts work necessarily. Grab the glass, and I will make the very bright orange. Okay, so come around the correct side. Printer is still behaving. Need to stop double tapping space. The goose has been removed at this point, but I am making a massive wall as a contender for use on Short Photo Taku's server. And I didn't want to just make it a slab, because that's, you know, what it was probably going to end up being if I was being uncreative. So I decided to... there's no green on this either, because green is a creative colour. Sorry, green isn't a creative colour. There we go. That looks a bit more complete. And I could probably put lava down the inside bit, but it would also be nice to have, you know, daylight. So yeah, all of this lot needs moving. The checker pattern doesn't really work. The question is, do I use... I could do flat concrete, I could do... I kind of want to have more stone in this, just to give it some balance. I'll try it on this panel, because I've got to make multiples worth. And the next one I'm going to have to do after all of this lot is the gate. Yeah, the blue does look wrong. It's case it looked better at night, but now it's daylight, it looks silly. If you have better ideas, please tell me. Oh, I'm going to put a back on all of this at some point. I'm just not yet. Kind of like the top, but I also kind of want to include those just big flat panels. I like the orange and red, don't like the blue and black. Yeah. Because that's the original section. But it doesn't look right. It's too squashed. I think it needs to be a flat colour in those areas. Let's try with this. Because in theory, I'm trying to make something that is actually, you know, survival friendly to build. It's not, you know, all kinds of rare bollocks. You know, yellow glass, orange concrete, nothing's difficult to get. Maybe the amount of blackstone would be difficult, but if you've got time to build something this big, you've got time to mine. So we need to punch through this entire area. Let's be a little bit creative on that front. Probably not much quicker, to be honest. Sent you a DM. Okay, I will check my DMs shortly. Alright. I understand, probably. I think there's been nice flute music in the background, and I think it's the game. And not just, like, the insanity. Might be the insanity, who knows. Right. Polished andesite. I mean, I could, but I think the flat colour helps. It gives the rest of it more pop, or whatever the fancy word is. I did actually do a GCSE in art, but it was not the kind of art I was led to believe, based on the, you know, based on the previous non-GCSE art. Now, part of me is just going, I could just leave that open, but it's a wall, so 1, 2, 3, tour, 2, 3, tour, 2, 3, tour, bloop. Right, chat. Grey or something else? Kinda want to keep something of that, but alright. Now this would be one of those times when if this was actually a multiplayer thing, I could be like, oh cool, right, if there's someone to come in and like destroy the other half of this for me. Now the question is, grey or grey concrete? I mean, I'll do one as polished andesite, and I'll do one as grey concrete. We do light grey concrete. Just built this one too. Can't believe you're doing this to me. So... yeah. You know how I can be a bit slow with myself sometimes? Big concrete building. Right, what's it made of? Stone. But then again, you can't get concrete sub-blocks, only full blocks, so... It's still kind of dark. Let's put some torches up. See if the lighting makes any effect. Because the thing is, I don't have anything that's too unique as a pattern, because there's going to be, well, these sections are 10 long. There's going to be 100 of them per facing, so that would get very samey. Also, I'm aware I've not actually put that section in properly, but it's never mind. Just want to get these torches in, and I'm lazy. Alright. So, andesite, grey concrete, or stone. Give you a nice long time to look. You can pause the stream there if you want to, because I'm just going to be destroying this side so it all works. Andesite, alright. Any other thoughts from the four people watching? So I've got one vote for andesite. Probably 2 votes for andesite, given it was Socky who suggested it. I don't like the lines and andesite. What did she mean by this? Okay, so we have no votes for andesite. Don't worry, I'm just being a... just trying to add some conversation to the stream, because people like that, possibly. And it takes away a little bit from the sound of the 3D printer going brrr. Could really do with a headlamp. That would aid things here. Can't spell it. I like the light grey concrete. It's very flat, but yeah, it's as I say, chat, you're having creative input here because I'm undecided. As I am prone to do. Let's get some of these shroom lights in so I've actually got some light on this wall. It's a genuine problem that could occur is just the wall has so many crevices that it would get dark and then mobs would spawn. If mob spawning was going to be a thing. Although I think mob spawning is turned off on the wall for the obvious reasons. Orange, 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 red and yellow. So the glass only really works during the day, but the shroom light should work during the night, is my thoughts. Now watch, as another idea will all have been chosen and implemented, and I am wasting my time. Oh yeah! Life hacks! But, is it really wasting my time when I'm having fun? Yes. Yes it is. But is it a bad waste of time? No. There are good wastes of time. Like Swindon. Now. Swindon didn't used to be so bad. Now I gather it's just kind of a, you know, it's a place. No longer the home of the Great Western Railway. Going to listen while I try and sleep more. Okay. So what you're saying is I should do sudden loud noises at regular intervals just when you're falling asleep. I understand completely. Right then. More demolition is required. Yeah, world edit functions would be really good for this, but you know, I'm lazy, and yeah, I could probably go and get the plugins for that, and learn how to use it, and all that jazz, but you know what? I'm lazy. So instead of putting effort in, I will put in effort. I'm realizing I could probably hide lights inside the frames. Because I don't want too much light, but I want some. Ah, looks a little bit more cheerful. Right then. Doop-a-doo. Doop-a-doo. This is a monstrous build all on its own, which is, you know, pleasant. What are the... Yeah, I prefer the dark grey concrete, but it would look too similar to the, what's it called? It wouldn't contrast enough with the, what's it called? Blocks. Too dark. I'm glad I didn't decide to do what I normally do and be stubborn and do this in survival, because the sheer scale of it would be impractical. So, we're getting there. And in fact, I might save the back wall on the lower floor to use for the inside of the bastions. But yeah, if chat has any suggestions, or if you have options to DM me images you'd recommend for the very top layer, that is the top wall walk to go above all the rest of it, then I would be curious to see what people have in mind. Because I've got some ideas, but if your ideas are better, then I'm gonna use those. Because that's how good ideas work. They get used more. Bad ideas generally don't. Now I could add even more depth to this and use glass panes, not glass blocks. And I think that'll actually help. But I'm going to do that not right now. Because... Nah, I want it to be uniform, because this will be copied and pasted like 400 times, so a little bit of variety in it isn't actually gonna look like variety. That would be a thing though for whoever's putting this into the game to do though, if they want to do that. As personally, I'm gonna make these 4 panels and then a gate. The thing is, making a gate, the gate would either have to be monstrously big, or it would have to be teeny tiny. Both of which are going to look sort of out of place. So, this buttress, I want to try and copy over here. So I want this to come up to... Came up to there before, so... It's 3, 4... Then... Wall all the way up the front. And I think I'll leave it like that for now. I'll probably come back in and add some extra layers afterwards, but I want to preserve that before it gets destroyed. So, time to extend the rest of it. What is it meant to be? This is going to be an enormous wall for a fortress, essentially. Somebody on one of the servers I play on, they've gone, hey, we need a new town wall. It needs to be 50 blocks high. And 50 blocks high is a lot. So I'm having a go, you know. So yeah, there's the original height I made for some of it, because I'd had plans to put a big like mural or something on the wall, but it didn't really work, and I was like, that might work for some of it, but only in small areas, and those small areas would be much easier to do on an individual basis. But yeah, it is very much the big Gothic vibe is my intention from the... Basically, I went, Warhammer 40k, that does massive, ridiculous walls. Good, I will emulate that. So this is loosely based on the... I'm trying to remember when they were released. They brought out a mission book years ago, and it had bastions in it. That's what I'm trying to emulate. So the original one is, you know, nothing wrong with it. It's just small and kind of flat. So I was like, you know, I'll have a low-level wall, like which I've got there, and then I'll have a big piece of wall, and then I'll have more above it. And the more above it just looked so flat that I needed to do something to, you know... do something. So, this should be fairly easy. Okay, have a nice time at work, Karma. Brain. But yeah, hopefully when this new part's done, I'm going to post some pictures of it to my Twitter. Possibly this build as well, but I meant mainly the not the Minecraft, the 3D printing work. As it's a project I've been working on for many days, as anyone who's been talking to me the last few days can attest. I've not really stopped, other than to stream some Minecraft every day, because I'm in horrible amounts of pain and have nothing else to do. Oh yeah. So that's one frontage done. Just gonna... Let's try and speed these up a little. Now, I could do half slab floors, but... eh... Right. Whee. It's so much nicer building something fast rather than my design software, which the longer you go into it, the slower it gets. So... I'm just going to do all the front-facing ones, and I'll go do the side-facing ones on the way back past. So that's very dark, but it'll get some light inside shortly. That should help. Right. Dip-a-doo. It's going to be interesting when it comes to doing stuff like the internal staircases, as they're going to be big. Should be fun though. Yeah, I think if I do anything big like this again, I'm probably going to have to get World Edit, just to save my sanity. Despite sanity, of course, being for the weak. My thought is now, if I have to rebuild this, that's going to be difficult. Because if this does get chosen, I don't imagine it'll just be a case of, alright, cool, well we can look at it and that'll be enough. Right, getting there. Slowly but surely. I could put a... Actually, I can do a fancy thing now. Not done that in a little while, have I? Blue lantern, I think. I'll go a red one as well. That's pretty colossal. Thank you, Abdullah Haja. It's still a work in progress. If this was survival, I'd have died so many times. To be fair, that'd probably be using scaffolding. So what do you think? The blue or the orange? I'll do 2 of each so it's got... I'll let you think while I go and do some interior stuff. Thing is, it doesn't need light though, is the thing, so I guess blue for aesthetic. Anyone else in the chat have any opinions before I, you know, do things that can be easily undone? And yes, it is normally just the same one driving past each time, if you're wondering. Inside edge looks fairly nice. Right. So... Oops. As nice as Shroomlight is. Oh, what is needed right there. Nice windows to look out over nothing. that will hopefully change before too long. Right. Missed those two. Lighting, lighting. Gonna have to see some of these bits, but I'll get there eventually. Saw. Slab. Slab. That's all. In theory, I should go and finish that extra bit, but I'm really lazy, and I'm probably just going to start building the gateway into that one. But, yeah. Oh, so much to do. It'll be seen, but it won't be. It's light to see, not light to be seen with. To see with, which is something, I guess. Kind of like a lighthouse. You can't see with a lighthouse, but you can see the lighthouse. I think that's how that works. Right then, I need to add more depth to this set, so yeet, and it's not really discernible, but it's there. Right. So, the gate next, as I think that is the order of events. Actually, no, the top. The top is the next bit. The back's kind of a mess. I'll deal with that afterwards. So. Not going to need to matriculate this, because that would be extremely irrelevant. But I'm thinking of having a tiled floor for the actual foot of this. This wall is silly. Like, I think even my tallest builds could just be hidden behind this. Like, the Grand Hall underneath Varangia was shorter than this. That doesn't look very good. So, what I now need to do is step back to, yep, 2 more. Because that bit I did earlier with the walls on the grey stone, I kind of want to keep some of that. So I'm gonna do something. I'm also thinking I should probably get rid of the stone on the top of the wall, make it match. Yeah, man. I spent 2 hours doing this already. Wow, and I had already started before the stream did. Well, this is this is a substantial build. This is going to make my build down underneath in the Nether on my single player look small and flat in comparison. Is that a sneeze printer? I hope that wasn't a sneeze. Three, 5. Now I'm gonna go and stand. So I'm standing here, approaching the wall. It's very imposing, and as soon as I get to here, I can't see the top. And as soon as I get to here, I can't see the wall, but for the bastion layer. So I reckon that's enough. This will just be a nice, you know. Fair, the amount of it you can see, I could just chop this down significantly. Conversely, that just kind of looks nice as it is. I mean, I'm not complaining, I just find it a bit weird when I'm like, oh, I'm going to destroy this bit. Hang on a minute, it actually looks better like this. The question is, this is extremely one-sided at the moment, so once I've finished this layer, I'm going to work on the gate, and then I'm going to have to work on the back of all of this. I'm thinking I might actually just put some like grass all along the top of the wall. Or I could be really like fancy and do like a lava trench or something. Now, the current problems I'm seeing with this are corners. I don't know how well corners will work for this. Other than... Actually no, corners shouldn't be too bad. They'll just be a bit weird. I'll have to make one. Although if I get to make one, I'm gonna... Honestly, if I get the option to build this, I'm gonna be like, hey, Canuck, whitelist me on the server. I'll make you a section. Just tell me where you need it. Because this can be a monster to do anything with. Like even just building it with creative is taking a significant amount of time. So yeah, this wall I don't think I will ever build, but that wall down there I might have to go at. Now, because I like the glow lights, I'm going to punch one of these into each of these. Get a screenshot at night, and then just find my bed. I have a bed somewhere. I can just fall. There we go. I want it to be daylight. Yeah, I made myself a little house as a tester. This is actually a test of my, like, fancy sewer system. It works. It doesn't actually work, but it looks alright. Some wall section. This was, say, end room and nether portal room. Let's get a picture of this from the air. And then let's get one from the ground. Right then, let's upgrade upload those images. Right then. I need to fill in this bit, don't I? Just kind of has to happen, even if it's just the front wall. No, yeah, gate. Gate is what I'm doing here. Now the question is, do I make a huge ridiculous gate, or do I make a normal, useful sized gate? Because I'm thinking normal useful size is probably going to be good. Get a floor down. if I make the gateway 3 wide, it's going to look silly. Let's make it 5 wide internally. Also, just before I forget... Excuse me. Ugh. There we go, that's that bit cleaned up. So now the main wall comes through here. So anything sticking out the front is sticking out the front. Now that's the lower height, so that gateway is still pretty substantial. In fact, if anything, you probably want the smallest gate you could get away with most of the time, unless you wanted it as like a gate to let titans through. In the context of 40k, obviously, not in the context of Minecraft. Minecraft lacks titans, sadly. Also, this is going to have to still follow the same proportions as the rest of the wall, otherwise it'll look really out of place. Although, to be fair, if it does look out of place, it's probably useful to indicate where the gate is. Let's leave this first layer flat. Then the next layer up can be relatively flat, and then doop-a-doo. There you go. I could probably actually do that one more layer up. So that's still a pretty beefy gateway, not gonna lie. As well. Now, would sideways opening gates be optimal to inwards opening gates? Not that it's actually going to have them, although maybe I could do big sliding gates. So the gateway is 5 wide. I can't go under the world, annoyingly. But I might make a sample gate that is substantial. So, if I'm going to use... I'd have to use gravity-prone blocks, or have the inside of this also be a big redstone mechanism. Because I can't go side to side because the gate is too big, but I can go up and down. In fact, yeah, it goes up and down, so I don't need to bodge these holes through the walls. But I do need to bodge the hole in the floor. Don't break the bedrock. So, fancy doors. Ooh, dark prismarine I think will actually look pretty good for this. In fact, if there's access to command blocks, then oops. That looks yeah, pretty substantial. Right, let's continue filling in this wall. Two and a half, nearly two, well, there's no nearly about it, well, no, it is, can't read today. So the last part of this I'm going to build, because as far as I'm concerned that gate is enough. It's 5 meters by 4 meters. And that's, you know, I'm pretty sure you could drive a tank through that. The other thing I kind of want to build into these is on the gates, build in a haste beacon. As, well, not haste, running fast. Haste is the mining one. I'm looking forward to getting some lunch after this, because this is... It has been a longer stream than I was expecting today. Not gonna lie, I thought either I get it done or I get bored. You know, the two options, I guess. Being blind is not conducive to getting stuff done. Lanton. mean, I do quite like Pepsi Max, not gonna lie, but I don't generally have an issue with them getting the wrong... Either it's the wrong thing entirely, like when you go, oh yeah, Sprite or something, you get Fanta, and it's just like, alright. Or you get... getting the wrong thing is quite rare. For me, at least. Kind of cool if you could get a corner stair block without, needing all of it. Would a riser... yeah, riser or non-riser, I wonder.
I have returned.
Hello. I have built a substantial amount more since you were last here. It is getting pretty mad in just terms of bulk.
Ooh, Halo 3 is downloaded. Oh. And I have it, and I actually, you know what? I had a gamer moment, and I bought a Xbox 360 wired controller.
Yeah.
Specifically to play Halo when Halo 3 came out, so I can play through all of them in the playlist and just be like, marathon motherfuckers, here we go. I might actually start streaming just playing Halo.
Understandable.
I love this shit. I love this fucking game. Like this is my favorite game of all time. Halo 3 is, I'm pretty sure, possibly my number one.
Yeah.
But it's just because it's the perfect amount of... oh, I don't know. It's great. It is very... it is... yeah, it's kind of like the... Halo is like the one thing that is kind of just always there now. It's like, oh yeah, Halo's just great. But the new ones are kind of shitty. But I'm kind of interested in what Halo Infinite will be like. But I never played Halo 5 or whatever shitty one it was. Halo 4 was interesting and could have went in interesting directions. But like the thing is, it just retconned the whole trilogy. It's interesting. Yeah, you know what? Is that just that's just a marketing gimmick, the retconning. But oh well. Where's Halo 3? Where's OBS? For a matter.
Multi-stream drifting.
Multi-stream drifting?
Ah, the abdominal pain. Good times. At least I feel a bit hungrier, so that's nice. It's something.
Ooh. So, what was the work you did in the old Minecraft there?
I am making a Imperial Bastion in Minecraft. Except not just a single Imperial Bastion, which I actually probably will do just for, because I can, but a colossal, monstrous structure of one.
Okay, so did we just make a hive city out of the Grand Hall? We specifically tried to make a hive city.
I mean,
in Minecraft.
This has taken me...
every 100 blocks up, would be like a new level of a new city.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, my only problem with that would be, at the moment, I have spent 2.5 hours with creative, and I've not got that
Oh
much
yeah.
done.
Oh yeah. No, I was just thinking,
I mean, you know,
like
we've got
like
plenty of
have the
time.
Underhive be the Grand Hall. Well, it's just like fuck off, I'm digging. Or come join me and dig. And then build up.
I'm just checking the Discord at intervals, just because I'm DMing them questions occasionally. Right, so I need to have a corner now, and to get a corner to work, I'm gonna have to make another panel. So this is the corner of the bastion. So that's 3, 4, 5.
Actually, you know what? Before I finish Halo, I want to finish off Ace Combat 7 because this thing has actually been on my mind.
Oh.
It's a fucking it's just it's so good. It's like exactly what I want in a jet fighter game, I guess.
I'm seeing a potential problem with how I'm doing these corners. How am I going to step it up properly? So it needs 3, then... that can just go on the corner, can't it? There we go. Is that Minecraft music or is that the bot?
I didn't put anything on the bot.
Minecraft music's different now. I'm not complaining, I'm just confused.
Bro, I still have half a bagel. This is a good day.
Understandable.
Okay, let's see what we have in here. So, garlic mayo, cheddar, turkey, Emmental cheese, and some sort of Spanish meat.
Sounds nice.
Oh god. This is so fun. I'm currently messing around with a new Super HD camera. It's not Super HD. It's only 1080p. But it's not. You know, I upgraded from 720 or whatever.
Right, I'm having a slight change of plan. So this is the actual wall itself. then the front layer that sticks out is extra and not. Yeah, Minecraft has very pleasant background music now. Can get used to this. In fact, let's stop being a smooth-brained individual. Save quite a bit of time. Forgetting how the thing goes together. So, on the Bastion kit there are corners for the outside corners. So I don't need to make an entire new wall section for that, I can just use the existing. Probably shouldn't build it right on the corner, but I can't be bothered to build another multiple high of this, so yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that, I'm afraid. 2.5 hours. That is... wow, okay. Well, thank you to the people who've been continuing to watch. I hope I'm doing something, at least, in regards to making this entertaining for you all. I don't like the sound of that but So, the actual wall itself is further back. So if I come out 1, 2, 3, 4 up, perfectionism is not always useful. In this way it maintains the wool walk up above. Canuck better at least like this, even if he doesn't use it. Short of adding Canadian flags to, like, you know, curry favour.
Wait, did I post that one? Did I post that one image of? God damn it! I unattached something in fucking Clip Studio Paint, and now it's fucking up. Paint.
Yeah, any alternative suggestions, anything that you think would be useful, do let me know in the chat and I will see what can be done. If it's you should blow it all up and start again, no. Cue now the people saying that because, you know.
Hey, Lamau.
This needs some windows. Right, now the fancy bits. It's very flat. Doing the same mistake multiple times. I think yeah, that looks sharper. It's got an edge to it now. Oh me, don't cut yourself on all that fucking edge. There we go. That wall behind the gate looks very, very flat. There we go. Right, interior work now. Now, how's that look on the other side? Boop out the torches. It's no different. Cool. Someone has a strimmer outside. I'm sure everyone can hear that. The joys.
Wool.
Ah. So we've got a layer of buttresses, the top layer of the wall walk. No, that's visible.
I love janky like dialogue in Japanese games, and I'm at the final mission of Ace Combat 7.
Ah,
Hell yeah! And I have like I think probably the best plane,
cool.
or one of at least. And let me see if I can upgrade this shit anymore.
Stop falling off. There we go. Right. Oh, good. That's right, there we go. So there's the corner starting there, which means I will need to adjust this end. It's not quite so simple. Well, it would have been fairly simple if I had extended it from the center point of the wall, not from the front edge. But hey ho. So if I want to keep the wall 2 blocks thick from there, that does mean that I can keep the gap of 3 and put that there. And then oh. Yep. Printer, that doesn't sound like a good noise. It's looking really nice though so far. Very happy. So I've got a gate right in the corner, which seems a little odd. I might move that further in for convenience logistically. Right. Do I want rooms built into this? Because it seems odd to have a wall that is just wall. So that is a corner. In fact, I'll just use the sand test. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So that is the corner there. I have a cunning plan. My printer is doing things in my peripheral vision that seem bad. There is a plan here, and I think once I've got this bit sorted, I'm going to end the stream just so it doesn't run on too long. Or I could start a new stream if people are really keen. The choice is up to you, chat. Do you want to stay and watch, or do you want to never come back? I should watch Hellsing Abridged again soon. It's been a while.
Ah, gotcha, bitch.
Right. I'd say this platform is probably quite precarious, but hey, it's Minecraft, it'll be fine. Yeah, standing looking up at this is steep. Nearly done 3 hours. CAD work is happening in the background because of the printer. Being productive. Apparently what takes me to be productive is to have my ribcage just dismantle itself. Good to know, I guess. If there was a option where I could, you know, do both, that would be good. Block, 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 block. It's like Steve Shives. It's an older meme. I might check out. How did I miss that many times? Alright. That's tidier. Now, knock off this entire side.
shots.
Right, chat, it's just hit 3 hours and I wanted to get the interior of this done. So I'm going to stop this here, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and I'm going to restart it. So I'll be... if you might be able to keep staying on this watch page, you might need to go to a new one. Either way, I'll be a couple of minutes. See you in a bit, thanks for watching.